Ladies and gentlemen, it's a very great pleasure to be here and to have the opportunity of chairing this session. And what I want to suggest to you is that we're going to try to ensure that there is as much, as they say, audience participation as possible. The only problem with these sessions is that we've got a lot of people with a great deal of interesting things to say. But I hope that you will all prepare to join in, because that's, for me, very important. Now, you heard in the few words of introduction that all the evidence that the IPCC and others have brought to the table increases the urgency with which we should be considering and acting on climate change. For me, it remains a matter of real concern that so many people throughout the world who are perfectly able to make decisions on the best evidence available in every other area find it hard when it comes to climate change to make their decisions on the science that is so clear. It is a serious matter, and we need to bring home to people that all the evidence demands that we take action, and action rapidly. And at the heart of this, of course, is the question of risk. When 95% of scientists tell us that climate change is caused by human activity and that there is a real chance of disastrous change in our climate, we have to take note. And no better year to take note than this one, when Australia has the hottest year on record, the United States in parts of the coldest year on record. We in Britain at the moment are suffering from floods of a magnitude we have never seen before. And people suggest that there is no change in our climate. What a very difficult thing to say, this year of all years. And so, in those circumstances, how do we ensure action? Because talking has got us very little way. And therefore, action becomes absolutely crucial. And as Lord Stern said in his economic analysis, which was so important, action now is very much cheaper than action put off for 10 and 15 years. So it's in that context that we need to do these things at two levels. Of course, the key thing will be when we come to 2015 that we make a real decision to take forward the Kyoto process in Paris. But before we get to that, we need to have an uprising of enthusiasm and action in all our countries. And it's that which GLOBE, the organization of which I have the honor to be international president, it is that which GLOBE seeks to encourage. This year, we published the results from 33 countries, all of whom, with the exception of Canada, have moved forward dramatically in dealing with climate change. So if in your country people say no one else is doing it, why should we do it? There is the evidence. The evidence is that it's happening all over the world, from South Africa to Mexico to Korea to China. Real action, with the European Union and Britain as part of it, most key in those arguments, but now by no means the only ones, and by no means the leaders, given what is happening in China and Mexico. And what GLOBE seeks to do in every one of those countries, and this year we will be covering 66, about 80% of the nations responsible for the pollution which is changing our weather, in all those countries, we seek to encourage legislators to act and legislators to take on their shoulders the future of their country and the future of the world. Because if we are going to do at the top level what needs to be done in 2015, we have to do at our national and state level the physical actions which will mean that we as countries make our proper contribution.